need to address what kind of acne that you have and really start to tailor a plan that not only addresses the topical external environment on your skin but also internally. Hello souls, my name is Kathleen and I'm the owner and lead therapist here at Soul Awaken Skin Therapies, and in my clinic I specialize in treating the skin condition acne. And in today's video I'm going to be talking about just that. I'm going to be talking in specific about how my clients here in this clinic have successfully healed from acne. So stick around as I dive deep into these topics, and if you are someone who loves to also read your information, then please head over to the blog article, which will be also linked below. But before we get into today's video, I would like to remind you to, of course, subscribe if you want to hear more, and of course tick that little bell icon, because as you know, that will notify you whenever I produce a new video. And of course, if you would like to comment below during this video, please feel free. I'd love to hear from you and also help you in the comments section. And if you didn't already know, I have a Instagram and a Facebook page, so please jump on over to those, click subscribe and follow and whatever you have to do, because on those two platforms I share so much about acne and healing your skin, as well as on my blog. So for today's video, I'm really excited to delve into all of the things that my clients have done successfully to heal from acne, because admittedly, not everyone is going to be successful in treating this very complex skin condition. After all, it is an inflammatory skin condition with it's multifactorial, so it has so many different reasons for existing, not only topically but internally as well. So we really need to address what kind of acne that you have and really start to tailor a plan that not only addresses the topical external environment on your skin but also internally. And I will be honest, it isn't an easy journey. Having acne is extremely hard and difficult and very annoying at times. And that in itself can really bring down someone's self-confidence. And I really feel for you if you're going through this at the moment. I know how hard it can be. So many young women cry to me in the clinic, and it's so sad. So I can really empathize with you and understand that it is really hard just going through this, let alone having to implement all these different lifestyle changes, as well as a skincare routine, exercise, healthy living, water, etc. It is a lot, and I totally get it. But I will say this, the clients that do follow a very strict protocol for healing their skin will get the best outcomes. So I have 5 tips in this video, including a bonus one at the end, which will go through all of the things that my clients have done to successfully heal from this skin condition in the quickest time possible. I mean, who doesn't want to heal in as quick a time as possible? So the number one thing that my clients do that will ultimately set them up for success in healing their acne is that they stick to a skincare regime 100% of the time. Of course, it's not going to be 100%. There are those days and times when you just really cannot be stuffed, but these clients, they will do it about 99% of the time, something around that, because the more often you do something such as a skincare routine, the more you're going to get out of it. So I'm basically saying they're being very consistent and they're following their routine to a T. So what I mean by this is that they have taken on the skincare regime that I have set out for them. It is uniquely created for their skin. So it will contain specific active ingredients, certain products, and just different things depending on the person, which I do write out and send to them, and they will follow these instructions essentially. So what these clients will do, the ones that follow it all the way, what they will do, they'll not only complete the skincare regime both in the morning and at night time, which may I add only takes about 10 minutes per day. But what they will do is ask me lots of questions. So they will come back to me at a skin review and they'll say, hey, Kathleen, what am I doing? Am I doing this right? Am I doing this wrong? This is how it feels when I do this. All these kinds of questions, which really help them to explore that a little bit more and really improve when needed. Because very, very often, we talk about so much here in our consultations together that sometimes one little piece of information might just be overlooked. You forget it. It's totally fine. And we can sit there and tweak as necessary. So that's what these clients will do. They will take the time, the effort, and the energy to really do their best to implement their skincare regime 99% of the time. And honestly, I don't just prescribe the skincare for no reason. It is doing something, particularly the brand that I'm using, which is Dermavigils, which is an amazing skincare line, and it is all tailored. So, you might have a specific serum made up just for you. And if I've said to use it, morning and night after using your treatment tonic, then that's what you should do, because that's what's going to give you the best results. It's like taking you can't really expect to take a supplement on a inconsistent basis and expect to see the results. You really do need to take it as directed, otherwise you probably won't get the same results. So that's just a little bit of a metaphor on your skincare regime. It's really, really important, and I understand starting a new habit can be difficult at times. I've been there. I try to start new habits all the time, and you kind of fall off, or you just don't do it as how you thought you would, or you're too tired, or you've not thought about it enough. But it's okay, because starting a new habit just takes repetition. You just got to keep trying and trying and trying until it suits your lifestyle. So that is my first tip, is to really stick at a skincare regime 100% of the time. The second thing that my clients do in order to successfully heal their skin from acne is that they treat their skin internally, and they don't just rely on the topical external changes that they're making. So what I mean by this is that they will go out and actually seek the help of allied health professionals. So when a client comes in to see me, they've got acne, and we've gone through the whole 90-minute initial consultation, I will be able to identify whether they potentially have a hormonally influenced acne, maybe some gut health issues, or even some sort of inflammatory condition that is way out of my scope, and it is best treated by either a naturopath, a nutritionist, a doctor, whoever. I will recommend them to go see these practitioners. So quite often my clients, they'll come in with acne and they'll just expect, let's just put a skincare routine on this and let's fix it. Unfortunately, that just really isn't enough, especially when acne is an inflammatory skin condition, and a lot of it is internal. So we can do so much topically, and I promise you, skincare, especially the skincare I use, can really make a huge difference in your skin and improve your skin health. It can do so much, but it cannot address internal issues. So we really need to go internally to get those beautiful external results. Quite often when one of my clients is reaching a bit of a plateau in their skin journey, what I'll find is that potentially we may not be addressing something internal, or something we're just not factoring in. So please don't disregard what's going on internally. It does make a huge difference to your overall skin transformation journey and how quickly you are going to heal from acne. So my biggest suggestion is to definitely see one of the recommended allied health professionals, and all the time I am recommending the beautiful Pia Kynock, who is an incredible naturopath. She actually has a whole lot of experience treating skin, 25 years to be exact, and she's done exactly what I've done in my clinic. She treats skin in a corneotherapeutic way. So she has that knowledge behind her, as well as being a naturopath and an educator and just overall brilliant woman who is so empathetic and compassionate. So I always recommend my clients to go see her. She is based in Melbourne, so if you are an Adelaide-based client, you do want to do a Zoom consult with her, but trust me, you will feel so connected and so loved and just cared for with her energy. So it is definitely something to consider, and so many of my clients have really enjoyed their time with her. So that is just one option that you can take advantage of, but there are other health practitioners depending on your condition. So please keep an open mind, and if you really are wanting to address acne in the fastest, most holistic way possible, you'll want to look internal. The third thing that my clients will do to successfully heal from acne is that they will be patient. They will have a very positive mindset. They will focus on the outcome instead of focusing on self-doubt. And this might sound like such a simple little tip, but it really does make a big difference. Trust me here. So I want to use an example for you. Think about Olympic athletes. Before, going to the Olympics and running the race or whatever they're doing at the Olympics, they will be training for months and months on end. And one of the really cool training techniques that a lot of Olympians or even athletes will use is that they will use a technique called visualization. And look, everything starts with visualization. Every single invention in this world started by visualizing it first. So it was an idea. They saw it in their head and they made it work in this physical realm. It's so amazing when you really think of it. So these athletes that are performing in sports, what they will do is actually sit in a really quiet place, in an upright position. They'll start to focus on their breath. They will calm their body, they'll calm their mind, and they'll bring themselves into this really beautiful meditative state. And once they're there, that's when they'll take themselves through a lovely guided visualization. So it really does depend on the person and what works for them, but they will take themselves through some sort of visualization that shows them what it feels like to be, having that successful outcome or winning the race or whatever it is. And they'll also practice their technique and really work on their mindset during these sessions. And it has been used for so long. Visualization is so powerful. So if you can just imagine how powerful visualization is to your mind and your body, you can seriously apply this to your skin. So all that really takes is looking at yourself in the mirror and just thinking about the outcomes that you are wanting. Don't go down the rabbit hole of self-doubt and disbelief, because I tell you what, there is not one individual that is not going to heal from acne. It's going to happen one way or another. Your skin isn't meant to be so inflamed and full of pustules and papules. It really wants to be healthy, and just for some reason right now your skin is imbalanced and unhealthy, and we can get you to healthy. So that is not an issue, but unfortunately sometimes we do go down that mindset trap of thinking we're the only one that has skin like this and we are destined to have bad skin forever. I know this because my clients will say these things to me, and I think it is so brave of them to bring it up with me, because in that moment we realize, that is a limiting belief and we need to squash it and replace it with something a little bit more positive. So this is all science-backed. This is a technique that's been used for so many years. You can use visualization to enhance your self-belief and to really enhance your results. But you can use so many other things, such as positive affirmations. You can meditate. You can do so much. You can journal. There's another form of journaling which is called scripting, which is really nice, and you kind of talk in not past tense, future tense, and you say things such as, my skin is healing every single day, my skin is free from inflammation, irritation, pimples, and is going to be etc. I butchered that last part, but you get the point. You want to talk in future tense, right? So there are so many methods, and just maintaining this really positive and strong outlook on your skin will get you to the end result. It's because when you feel self-doubt and you don't believe that it's working is when you'll start to, you'll slack off on your skincare regime. You might not think that the healthy lifestyle choices you're making are really that important. That's what self-doubt does. And it also, it spikes our stress response as well. So you really don't want to go down that rabbit hole. Stick to the positive, the positive mindset, and really realizing that you have all the things you need in front of you to heal from acne, such as a skin therapist that's supporting you all the way, perhaps a naturopath, family, friends, great skincare, tools, all of the things. You will heal your skin. Please do not take this tip lightly. The fourth thing that my clients will do in order to heal from acne successfully is that they will consider the foods that they are eating and the water that they are drinking. By this, I mean that they will avoid acne triggering foods. They'll put those to the side and they will just focus on a whole foods diet. So I could probably do a full video on this, and I would really like you to write in the comments below if you do want me to talk about acne triggering foods and things to look out for. But I'll be really general in this video and just say that basically there are a whole heap of food groups and different types of food that we know will trigger and exacerbate acne, but not in all cases. So the main ones are sugary foods, so your cakes, your lollies, your sweets. You've also got dairy, so your milks, your cheese, your ice cream, your yogurt. You've also got refined carbohydrates, so white rice, white pasta, all of those things. And we've also got foods that are really high in omega-6s that outweigh that beautiful balance of omega-3 to 6 ratio. When there's too many omega-6s in your diet, it increases inflammation. And remember, acne is an inflammatory skin condition. So that's just one of the reasons as to why I often will suggest my clients taking omega-3 supplements. But again, that one is for another topic as well, so let me know down below. But essentially, they're just some of the foods you want to look out for. There are other foods that anecdotally people will mention to me here in the clinic, so such as chocolate, coffee, hot and spicy foods. Sometimes probiotic rich foods will do it. There are so many, and gluten as well. There's so many. So you really want to find out what is triggering your skin, what's working for you, what isn't. But essentially just take those tips for now, see if you can implement that into your life. But I'm telling you now, the clients that really, really do commit to drinking enough water and eating all the foods that they should be having, which is plant-based, whole foods, they will end up having the best results. Number 5 is that they will focus on changing lifestyle factors that could be potentially aggravating their skin. So what I mean by this is they will start to look at all the things in their life that could be or are affecting their acne. So whenever a client comes to see me for their initial consultation, we'll tend to uncover a whole heap of different little lifestyle factors that they are doing on a daily basis that perhaps they didn't even realize were exacerbating their acne. Let's use sweat and friction as an example. So sweat and friction can cause basically occlusion of the hair follicle and can actually create a bit of a plug. We call this retention hyperkeratosis, and I talked about that in one of my previous videos, which I'll link up here. It is one of the main aggravating factors of acne. So sweat and friction can cause this retention keratosis, which essentially plugs the skin and creates a inflammatory pustule or papule underneath the surface of the skin. So this can be caused by wearing tight-fitting clothing when you go into the gym. So body acne is a really good example of this. It could be like a chin strap. It could be something like wearing a headband or wearing some sort of hat. There are so many factors, and quite often I will find that, my clients will be doing everything they need to do, and then I'll start to really talk about perhaps when they're showering after going to the gym. And here's one for you. Maybe if you're leaving that sweat on your skin for an hour or a couple of hours, that could be potentially having a negative side effect on your skin and creating more congestion in your skin. That's just one example. There are so many. We got to think about makeup, we got to think about the workplace, so many factors. And you really do need to analyze your life and take a really good look and go, you know what, this could potentially be affecting my life. What can I do to change it? Because I don't want this skin condition anymore. I'm doing everything I can to heal from it. So you might as well start to eliminate those other factors. And number 6, which is my bonus tip, which I'm so happy that you stuck around to hear, and that is that my clients will actively work on reducing their stress levels in their body. They'll start to notice what is causing their unique stress response. This is such an in-depth topic that, again, I could probably do a whole video on, so please let me know if you want me to talk about the stress response in acne. But essentially it will activate the same pathways as dairy and sugar and refined carbohydrates. It's the IGF-1 pathway, which will essentially aggravate and cause acne. So you want to be actively reducing your stress levels. And if this is something you've never heard of before, that is okay. I'm here to educate you about it. But essentially everybody feels stress. We've been there, a hard day, you know what it's like. But the thing is, when you're in this stress response, so it's like a kind of like a really, you're in a bit of a tense situation, you feel a bit more anxiety, you feel tense in your body, everything kind of just feels a bit, a bit stuck. When you're in that state for a long period of time, we call this chronic stress. And to be honest, so many people living in our Western world are living like this on a daily basis. It really is so sad, because we have things like modern technology and really long work hours and stressful work. So, every time a notification pops up, it triggers a stress response. Or it could be that you're working in a really stressful work environment where there is a lot of criticism and anything. You can just imagine stress comes from everything. I will put my hand up and say I have some really weird and unique stress triggers. I have the 2 most gorgeous dogs. I love them so much, and they're just such beautiful animals. But the thing is, every time they bark, man, it stresses me out. I can feel an elevation of my shoulders. They go straight up. I can feel this jolt in my body. And my breathing starts to go up, and I now notice this happening, but for so long I didn't know. I would start to clench my teeth. All kinds of physical things start to happen in your body when you're feeling stressed. So what you need to do is find your unique stress response triggers and then actually start to work your way through them. So now whenever my dogs start to bark, I notice and go, deep breath, it's all good. It's all good, and I talk to myself, and maybe I'll get up and I'll move and I'll go see the dogs. Whatever you have to do to either reduce and move away from that stress response, or work yourself through it. And then also find all of the different little activities in your life that can start to reduce stress. Of course, we all know the normal type of stress reducing activities like long walks on the beach, hot baths, etc., etc. But I have to say, one of my favorite methods for this is to actually meditate. Now, we have heard about meditation over and over and over again. You know how good it is, but it really just takes, 5-10 minutes of just taking some really intentional deep breaths. When you take these deep breaths, you want to breathe in through your nose and really feel your stomach expand. Did you see how my chest didn't move then? I'm going to do this one again. So ready? Only hardly. You will see hardly any move, because what's happening on my in-breath, I'm breathing in through my nose and really breathing and pushing my belly out. And then on the out-breath, I'm actually pushing my belly in. So I'm using my belly muscles to push in my belly. And then on the out-breath, you want to go really exhale. That exhale will help to alleviate the stress in your body. The more audible, the better. So go somewhere private and take, 5 long deep breaths if you have to. You can do it in a parking lot, you can do it before work, after work, in the toilet. I don't care. Just give it a go, because it is known that the deep belly breaths will trigger your vagus nerve, and it will absolutely reduce that stress response in your body. Trust me, it will work. And it doesn't have to be formal meditation. It can just be 5 deep breaths, and do it as often as possible, and you will reap the results. So that is something else that my clients will do. They'll really actively work at reducing their stress response because we know that it does have a negative effect on acne. Souls, thank you so much for being here with me today. I really hope that you took something out of this video, and if you did like it, of course, like the video, subscribe, comment, share it with your friends. You know the drill. You know what YouTube's all about. I've loved being here with you today, and I'm wishing you a beautiful day, night, wherever you are. If you do need help with your skin, remember I am here. I am located here in Adelaide, Glenelg, but if you are in Australia, in a different state, you are so welcome to book an online skin consultation. And if you are overseas and our time zones are able to overlap, then I'm more than happy to have a consultation with you as well and start to help you with your skin so you can embark on a beautiful skin transformation journey that will ultimately help you to heal your skin and start to feel really confident and happy and healthy and all of those good feelings that you want when your skin is clear, knowing that you've done such a good job. So thank you so much, and I'll see you here next week. Bye, souls.